What's up, y'all? Welcome. Episode 259. Man, it's dark in here. Anyway, sorry. But anyway, we have finally come down to conference championship week. I tell you, it has been a wild and crazy season. But we here, conference championship week. UGA ready to take on LSU at the Benz. The ACC ready to close up. The Big 12, Big 10 ready to close down shop. The AACE ready to close down shop. The Pac-12 closed down shop yesterday. We're going to talk about that. We got other things to get into, and I ain't going to even be here for the whole show. We're going to try to talk about them quick. We got Dion probably making a move. We probably got the Lakers on the rise. We got Deshaun Watson coming back. Man, all these good topics on a week. I can't even do the whole show. But anyway, we're going to try to get as much in as we can. Episode 259. We got the whole crew in the house tonight. I'm going to be surprised if Sports Bay make an appearance because it's SEC today. But anyway, episode 259. Let's get it started, baby. Y'all can see me good, right?
Everybody, let's welcome to another episode of the Red and Red Sports Show. Red and Coach are coming to you live from the
ATL.
While Armani and the Good Reverend are coming to you live from the East Coast, Virginia and Pennsylvania, respectively. Nevertheless, we're coming to give you real sports talk because we are real sports fans. Who are real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen? Real
sports knowledge.
So hang out with your boys, Red, Coach, and Armani for episode 259 of the Red and Red Sports Show. And as is our sports custom, we're going to see what Coach Patrick Thomas has for us. When it comes to those three numbers, 2, 5, and 9, what you got for us, Coach?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Well, since I've been banned from the Pittsburgh Steelers and I can't use one of my boys because 59 is a very odd number, I reached deep back in my cerebral cortex and found a man who was just playing in the NFL, and he had a couple of interceptions, but he was one of the best linebackers during his time. So for 259, I gave him 2 interceptions. I'm going with 7-time All-Star Luke Kuechly for the Carolina Panthers. Luke Kuechly,
it is. Carolina Panthers, career shortened by constant concussions.
Yeah.
One of the best linebackers during his era, but those concussions got him. What you think about Coach's decision on Luke Kuechly, Red?
Good one. I remember him. Carolina Panthers.
All right, and Armani?
He was one of the best linebackers, of the 2010s. It's crazy fast, great cover skills, could tackle, ball hawk. We thought he was going to be the next, not Keith Brooklyn, but what's his name that played for the Bears?
Brian Urlacher.
Brian Urlacher, yeah. We thought he was going to be the next Brian Urlacher, which he probably would have been better. But, sorry to hear that his career was cut short. But, hey, he had a great career.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach. All of us remember him playing. None of us had to read about it. Okay. So thank you so much, Coach, for sharing that. All right, let's welcome the Revenite Nation. A few folk have chimed in. What's up, Joe Black? Chiming in, Revenite Nation. Maurice Thrower chiming in. The VP is in the building, and the VP has a lot to be thankful about. His South Carolina Gamecocks been bowling. But they won't be playing today. All right. Get another
Can't wait till the last 2 weeks of the season to start playing.
Sports show, and he's thanking Maurice for giving him the gavel back. All right, Red has already alluded to the fact that he got to get up out of here, so we're going to try to move this train as fast as we can to see if we can get him in as on many topics as we can. So here we go. Let's go to the dope, note, and cope. What did the VP say? My Gamecocks have disrupted the CFP. They sure have. This is real talk. Yeah. All right. With that being said, let's see what we're doping, and coping on. What's the hottest moment for this week for you? We'll start with Red. Red, what you got, man?
That's a good question. uh,
I'm trying to get these topics in for you, brother. Come on.
yeah, I know. I guess I'll dope. I think Trent Dilfer got a head coaching job with UAB that I heard. Oh God, I'm so messed up. This is not what I want to dope on. I can't even get my topics up. I'm just gonna dope on the Hawks and Lakers winning last night. Appreciate you doing that for me, y'all. That's it. Moving on.
Coach, jump on in there.
I'm doping on LeBron James passing Magic Johnson to become the 6th all-time assist leader. LeBron James passed Magic Johnson to become the 6th all-time assist leader.
All right, Armani, what are you doping on?
I'm sorry, Montes.
I'm doping on Jimmy Butler's performance in beating the Celtics yesterday. Great performance. Just, Miami, they kind of here, then they there, then they here, then they there. Just keep it consistent so they can, so y'all can, make some noise in the East this year.
All righty. And I am doping on one. Anthony Davis finally playing like the stud that he should be playing like. He has finally become the Batman of the Lakers, and they have had an impressive victory over the Bucks. They had several other victories before they kind of let that game go the other night against the Indiana Pacers. But Anthony Davis been averaging 30 plus. He is starting to play like the top 5 player that everybody expected him to play like when the LA Lakers initially traded for him. So with that being said, this is all for our dope moments. Oops. I guess my speaker did not want to cooperate with me. Oh, yeah. We move on. Coach, what you got for the no moment, Coach?
My no moment, and it's sideways, goes to the Lakers for cutting Matt Ryan. And not the Matt Ryan that plays for Indianapolis, but the basketball player Matt Ryan. I thought they should be wanting to have to keep him around, but they have let him go, unfortunately.
All right, Armani, what are you noping on, sir?
Arthur Smith, Lord Jesus. I ain't gonna say where do I start, but man, you in field goal range. Oh no, you in the red zone with all your timeouts, man, and you chose to try and let Marcus Mariota throw the football, which was tipped, and as we know, ultimately picked off. Dude, you're on second. I think you're on first. No, you're on first down, and you try to throw the ball, man. You averaging 7 yards a carry. Run the dang on ball, at least for the first 3 times. And then if you fourth down and you don't get it, they back up on the 1 yard line, half the distance to the goal. Come on, man. You got to do better than that. Run the football.
All right. I am noping on Trae Young. His debacle down the stretch in Philadelphia, which I happened to be at the game Monday night at the Wells Fargo Center. The game is on the line. The Hawks are down by 1 or 2 points, and Trae Young has the ball in a one-on-one position. What does he elect to do? To try to throw an alley-oop to John Collins, and Joel Embiid tips it, and the Hawks wind up losing. And also, I'll add an extra note to DeJounte Murray. In that same game, you can't turn the ball over 7 times, bro. Come on now. That's my note moment on the Hawks, Trae Young and DeJounte Murray. Red, what are you noping on real quick?
Stephen A. Smith, once again, acting like I can't say the word, but acting like the sellout that he is once again. You protecting Jerry Jones early in the week, but you want to spend yesterday dogging out Deshaun Watson. I tell you, every time he has something negative to say about a brother, he gets so passionate and personal. When it's a white dude, it's so nice and cerebral and conservative and convenient. Dude, I got my eye on you. See, I figured you out, Stephen A. Smith. I am so glad. God, Red is just doing terrible with his thought process today. But anyway, Stephen A. Smith, no, that should be enough.
All right. And this is for all of our note moments. If my speaker is going to let us be great today, here we go. All right, there we go. Here we go. Monty, what are you coping on real quick?
I'm coping on the Notre Dame head coach. Last name, I don't know his first name, but Freeman. Oh man, this is his first year. Yeah, Marcus Freeman. Thank you. I was gonna say Morgan. I knew I would have got that wrong. I knew I would have got that wrong.
Morgan.
Yeah, I know. I was got there, but you know what? I just hope this man keeps his job because you got to get his man some time to get his recruits in. It's his first year; they still ranked in the top 25. So Notre Dame, don't let him go. Don't let the brother go. He needs at least 2 to 3 years of recruits to where he can start getting acclimated and get to winning. So I'm coping with you, Marcus Freeman. If you don't have no job, I'm gonna be saying I got some words for Notre Dame.
All right. What am I coping on? I am coping on the fact that I'm still emotionless when it comes to the Falcons making stupid decisions. When I saw the clip, I thought I would be upset seeing Mariota throw the ball away and Arthur Smith not run the ball, but I felt absolutely nothing. Thank you, Matt Ryan, for helping me be emotionless. So that's what I'm coping on.
I need to be coping on that because I'm right there with you.
Red, what are you coping on there?
Well, I guess I'll do the Falcons report before I leave, so we'll talk about that later. I guess I'm coping with Andrew Jones. Finally, something I can get an expression about. Andrew Jones Hall of Fame chances. Once again, here you go. He on the ballot again. Everybody know he's deserving. The man popped over 400, almost 500 home runs, was doggone the top defensive center fielder for over a decade. I don't know how many gold gloves. Why is his Hall of Fame chances even questioned? Okay, I understand not the first ballot, but we shouldn't be down, what, fifth, sixth, seventh ballot now? Come on. The man is a Hall of Famer. Maybe not offensive-wise, but definitely he did have some offensive moments. But defensive-wise, no doubt about it. Andrew Jones should be elected in the Hall of Fame, and I expect him to be elected in the Hall of Fame. And I guess we'll just have to cope until he's elected. But he should get in, and I'm hoping the senior committee let some of those juices in too. But we'll see.
Coach, why this subject matter out? What are you coping
on? My cope moment is for the Michigan Wolverines, who found out that they will be without their starting running back, Blake Corum, for the rest of the year. Not a good thing for them going into the biggest games of the year, even though it very well. But Corum had over 1,400 yards, was almost a Heisman candidate. So coping with the Michigan Wolverines loss of their running back.
All right. All right, let's see what Revenant Nation is coping, doping, coping, and looking on. Let's see what they're talking about.
I went already. I went.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I went.
You went, Coach.
I'm running the point. I got this, Coach. Here we go. The Woods of the VP is doping on his Gamecock football team, period. They were balling. I say were because they don't have a game today. Joe Black, Lincoln Riley choked as expected.
That's why you'll be in YouTube forever.
Now we started doping on Utah winning and repeating as Pac-12 champions when everyone had USC coach.
Where's Miami? Where the Hurricanes?
For you. Noping on John Kitna's son arrested for child porn. Wow.
That's yeah, Lord have mercy. I forgot about that. That should have been my note, man.
Vincent Woodruff said Rev was the bad luck piece for the Hawks in Philly. He's noping on the media regarding the Jerry Jones double standard. I'm glad LBJ called out the media. Sounds about white. Love that cliche. Maurice noping on along with Red to Stephen A. Smith putting his foot in his mouth to make a long story short. Hey, y'all. What's up, Kelly Kell?
Kelly.
I want to see next year if you're going to be that excited now that Prime is leaving.
I ain't gonna get a mention of Jackson State. She gonna be back with the toilet bowl tickers.
Rev has a void in his heart for the Dirty Birds. I love seeing it. Kelly Kell was giving some love to the vice president. I'm gonna tell Brother Thomas she done fired Thomas as the president. She called him Vincent Woodruff the president. Check him, Mr. VP. Nevertheless, moving on. Coach Prime leaving JSU. I hope he left a blueprint for his successors to follow. Fingers crossed. Prime ain't walking back through that door, so
yes, he is.
It's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. Hopefully they can win some games, but they're not gonna get all the attention they've been getting. Coach having to console Jackson fans, state fans after Prime leaves for Colorado. Should be for Colorado.
I bet the Alabama coach would be happy. I mean, Alabama State coach would be happy.
There you go, Mr. VP. Stand up for the president. I like that. That shows some Red and Red Sports Show integrity. I like that. Maurice Thrower coping for Jackson State and Deion's supposed departure for Colorado setting. So 300 grand to 5 million, said so. Here it is. That makes sense to me. Coach has officially condemned Joe Black to YouTube.
Just stay there and watch everything.
Rev, my degree is signed. Who cares if your degree is signed? All of us got degrees that are signed. I got 2 of them that are signed. But Joe,
I'm still working on mine. You know?
All right. Jackson State, baby. I mean, y'all had a good ride.
I got 1 degree that was signed.
just like I posted this morning. I said, look here. Y'all celebrated, y'all clown. Now y'all about to have, like Humpty Dumpty, a great fall. All right, here we go. Let's move.
Who is that, Real? Who is that, Real?
JSU.
Oh, yeah. They done after Deion leave.
Yeah, they're gonna be back into
coach's team might be able to beat them now that when Deion leave.
I don't know if they're gonna be that bad. I don't know if they're gonna be.
Well, I tried, Coach.
I'm just messing.
No, Coach is logged off, Rick. You ain't Coach log off for that.
You already a jinx. Don't make it worse.
I'm just saying, Coach. I just don't know if they're gonna be that bad. But nevertheless,
I got what you said, Coach. Talking about him with jinx.
All right, man.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, here go Kelly Kill. Say who? And we win next year. Then what y'all?
We're gonna say what's Georgia Tech record?
We'll find out who y'all quarterback gonna be. But that'll be interesting real quickly. We'll talk about that later on. About Shakur. What's his name? Sanders. What's his son's name?
Shador.
He just signed a contract with Under Armour, so that's going to be interesting. In Colorado, I don't think is with Under Armour, so I don't know.
I thought Deion said him and Shador was a package deal. I guess not.
That's what I'm saying. Now, I would have thought he'd be going to Colorado, but he just going to Armour, so it's going to be interesting. But let's move on, man. Let's move on. I'm trying to move as fast as I can to get Red to be a part of as many discussion points as possible. Let's go to this.
I appreciate that, Red.
Number 1 is still Georgia, 2 Michigan, 3 TCU, and now with USC's big loss on last night. Who's going to be number 4? That's the question. That is the question on the table. All right. Armani, since you seem to be a bit long-winded today, we're going to let you go first and just invite you to be a little bit shorter with your takes, okay? All right. What you got, man? Who's number 4? Is it Alabama?
Nah, it won't be Alabama. It'll definitely be Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State has a better resume. Alabama has, a subpar maybe resume. I don't see the committee putting Alabama over Ohio State. You put a 1-loss Ohio State in, unless I don't see it. I mean, even if Alabama do get in, I mean, that's why they'll call it the AI. That's why it'll be called the Alabama Invitational. I just don't see them getting in. Not this year, but no. I just don't see it. Not at all. But so 1 Georgia, 2 Michigan, 3 TCU, unless they lose today. And then 4 should be the Ohio State University.
All right. Does TCU get in even if they lose, Armani?
Nope.
Why not?
Well, you know what? I'll say this, Rep. It depends on how they lose. If they just lose a close game, they'll get in without a doubt. But they go up there and they let not Purdue. I don't know why I'm thinking about Purdue. If they let Kansas State beat them down, I don't see it. I mean, Alabama have a case. Tennessee have a case.
No.
USC might have a. I
don't say Tennessee.
I don't see it. I don't see it. If TCU just get blown out the face of the earth, no. But I don't think they will. I think TCU will win today. So it should be Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and again, the Ohio State University.
Coach, your team choked last night. They had a chance to be the 4th team. It was theirs for the taking. They lost. So who's number 4 now, Coach?
First of all, I'm gonna address that choking thing later and give you
sorry, Coach.
Point. It's gonna be Ohio State. Ohio State lost to the number 2 team in the country late in the season. So I don't know where anybody can leapfrog them. It's not gonna happen.
So you got Ohio State.
Yeah, they're going in. It depends on what TCU and Michigan does, where they're gonna put them, but they're gonna put them somewhere in that top 4.
All right, TCU loses. Are they still in?
Yeah.
How they
Name
lose?
recognition is not there, but TCU I think has strength of schedule. So late in the year loss that might get them in.
I don't think they have strength of schedule, coach.
I will take the play. I will agree. I will agree with Coach, and I'll tell you why in just a moment after we hear what Red has to say. Red, okay. who has the number 4 seed now that USC is no longer in the picture, or are they still in the picture?
Absolutely not. They're not in the picture. They out. They choked their brains out last night. I was rooting for them, and they made me look like a plum fool. Now I'm just playing, but it was a bad loss for USC. I think they ruined their playoff chances for this season.
Who's number 4?
What'd you say, buddy?
Who's number 4?
Well, I think that's gonna be determined by how today plays out. I'm just not gonna go straight to Ohio State like everyone else. We got some games to play, fellas. We got a whole lot of games to play, and the season ain't over yet. So we got to get through these conference championships. Now I tell you the one team who I know gonna be there. Okay. Now that being said, we got 3 other spots up for grabs. Michigan got a big game for Purdue. TCU got a big game today. And we got some other conference championships that might be in play. It all depends on what happens with Michigan and Purdue. If they lose, oh man.
But Michigan
we're gonna have question marks everywhere.
Michigan so be number 5 though, right?
Michigan to be a lot.
Number 5.
Okay, they'll be a lot, but we still gonna have to worry about the other 2 spots because if TCU lose, they not in.
They only lost
number 4 is already up for grabs.
They would only lost 1 game too, though.
TCU not getting in, Rev, if they lose. I can promise you that. Them committed folks want to do everything possible to get another team. Now, look, if TCU just win out, then they in, no matter what. You can't do nothing about that. But if it's a way to get TCU out and another power in, I think those committed will do any little sneaky little thing they can to come up with a reason why Ohio State might get back up in there and why Armani team might have a puncher's chance to get back up in there. That's if TCU loses. If TCU loses, we got 2 spots open. And those 2 spots can go to any top team that they want to. Ohio State definitely will probably be one of them. And that 4th spot, that's going to be up for grabs. I mean, if you think it'll go to TCU with 1 loss, we're going to see. I don't think so, but we definitely going to see. So right now, I got Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, and a mystery team.
All right. I didn't know we were doing mysteries today, but okay. All right, cool. All right.
Because I think that 4th spot is up. I don't think that 4th spot is locked in.
Let me say here, if I'm going to use my inner Stephen Smith, put that camera on me. No, I'm just playing. Let me just tell you why the playoff is already set. Georgia, Michigan, TCU are already in, win or lose. Why do I say that? All 3 of those teams are undefeated. All 3 of those teams' resume are better than Michigan's. Okay? That Ohio State is the only team that is in question in terms of being in the 4th spot. So that's why they include them. Georgia has 3 top 25 W's. They're in regardless. Michigan has wins over number 8 Penn State, number 5 Ohio State. If they lose to Purdue, they're still in. TCU, if they lose to the team that they're playing in the championship game for the Big 12 today, number 13 Kansas State, guess what they also have on the resume? A W over the same team. Plus, they have a W over the number 21 team, Texas. Guess what? People who think Alabama still have a chance, that is Alabama's best win of the year against Texas. Guess who Alabama's second best win is against? Ole Miss. Last time I checked, they're not in the top 25. And the committee actually got it wrong because Tennessee should be in front of Alabama. Why? How can a team that they beat be in front of them, even though they lost to the Gamecocks and got busted? The Gamecocks are ranked number 20th, and Alabama's first best win is against Texas, that's beneath South Carolina. So how can Alabama be even over Tennessee? Tennessee beat Alabama, number 6, and they beat the same team that beat Alabama for their second loss, LSU, and they busted LSU in LSU. So how is Alabama even getting any consideration? And it has to be Ohio State, because Ohio State has beaten 2 top 25 teams this year, and their only loss is to the second best team in the nation. So this is why I strongly believe, no matter what, it's already set. All it's a matter of who gets number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those 4 slots will be Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and Ohio State, not necessarily in that order.
Well, Red just disappointed a lot of fans who thought their teams had a chance. Sorry, y'all. Red has spoken.
The only part I disagree with is you can't, when the committee looks at things, you can't get blown out by unranked team. Yeah, that just can't happen.
Hold on, time out. South Carolina's not ranked. South Carolina has a more impressive resume than Alabama. South Carolina beat Clemson and
wasn't South Carolina unranked when they played?
It doesn't matter. It's about where they are now. Alabama, South Carolina is ranked number 20. If we're gonna talk about where wasn't Texas unranked at one point?
Yeah,
should be unranked now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's fair. I'm just saying.
So you can't look at South Carolina being scrubby-dubby when they finish the season strong and they're number 20. Okay. You can't have it both ways. You know, when Alabama beat Ole Miss was ranked, but they're not ranked now. So we got to go about where they are right now. And South Carolina is one of the hottest teams in the nation right now.
Okay. Rev, you sound like Kendrick Perkins when he said, just look at the numbers, and the numbers will tell you everything you need to know. That's all you do. Look at the numbers.
That's what
Armani, are you gonna be Richard Jefferson?
Let's just be real about it. The only reason why Alabama's being discussed right now is because of their brand, not because of their resume. They're the only team in the top 7 who only has 1 victory over a top 25 team. And that team is number 21. And they barely beat Texas. Let's talk about all the other teams that they barely beat. Ole Miss, they barely beat unranked. Texas A&M, they barely beat unranked. Come on now. Stop it. Stop it. As the church says, Satan, we're going to tear your kingdom down. College football team saying, Saban, we're going to tear your football kingdom down. And let's roll.
Real? Like I told my boy Cornell Love on my page.
Down, huh? So what you're saying is the dynasty is over. Is what you're saying?
It's over, baby. There's a new sheriff in town.
It's
Say
over.
it again. Say it again, Real.
You want to know what his name is?
Remember, no. Because remember,
hold on. You want to know what his name is? His name is Kirby Smart. There's a new football sheriff in town. And his name is
Wait a minute. Y'all said this 3-4 years ago, and we won 2 since.
Who are the defending national champions right now?
Oh, Georgia, without a doubt.
Who's number 1 right now?
Georgia.
All right, that's all I need to say. That's all I need to say.
Right, Rev.
That's all I need to say.
Put them back in your holsters, Rev.
Okay.
Here we go.
Alabama, you had your run. You fought the good college football fight.
Rev has spoken. I don't even need to say anything. I hope you were watching Cornell Love.
Y'all don't think we're not going to win at least 1 or 2 more? Y'all are delusional.
You don't even think y'all going to win this year.
All right.
Over.
We got
I told Cornell Love.
before that man retired.
Y'all better be concerned about winning the SEC West, and that's real talk. Because guess who came back to town? A guy who used to have y'all for lunch when he was at Ole Miss, Hugh Freeze. And don't tell me if he doesn't get good talent at Auburn, Alabama ain't got nothing to worry about. And Hugh Freeze used to beat Nick Saban when Nick Saban was in his prime.
Woo.
And he's now back in your division.
Did he win any?
No, he sure didn't beat Alabama a couple of times.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm sorry. Everybody can't play in the week behind East. Everybody can't play in the week East.
Don't forget.
We got to play the Florida.
Don't forget. Come on. You already got that monster in LSU who already beat Alabama in his first year and don't even have his recruits yet.
Okay.
So before you start pumping up your Alabama chest, you better humble yourself and win the SEC West again.
We want Big Al. We want Big Al. We want Big Al.
Are we?
Because
everybody can't play in the week East. Sorry, but it's all right. Go ahead. Okay.
Oh, the East is weak.
Everybody can't play in the week.
The East is weak, but they got 2 teams in the top 7, and the West only got 1.
Where's everybody? I mean, I'm just come on now.
We want Big Al. Where is Big Al?
Okay.
Armani, that's where you start.
You know what? I love this because, like I did before, we're gonna come back to this in the next in the next 2 years when we win another one. We're gonna come back to this show. We're gonna come back to this show.
Guess what? USC gonna be better than Alabama real soon. That's real talk. That's real talk.
As long as they get that defense fixed.
I don't think so. No, they can't get. Yeah,
but Alabama better learn how to get some good receivers.
We've had plenty of good receivers. We have okay. Now you're talking.
I was talking
like we ain't have Amari Cooper, Henry Ruggs.
I was talking.
Really? What?
I was talking school that had is past tense. What do you have now?
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
Jerry Jeudy, that's had. Julio Jones, that's had. Armani Cooper,
but you making it seem like we've never had it. Like we've never had it. Come on now.
Who won the championship? You don't need Georgia's proven you don't have to have a top-notch wide receiver to win the championship.
Okay.
You got to have them bruisers on the O-line and the D-line, brother. The game has changed.
Where is sports? But yeah, she would be loving this right here.
I wonder where. But okay.
Just get Big Al.
Oh, you think about that bit.
Get Big Al a hug and keep it moving. Come on, man. Okay. Come on, Lieutenant Sonar. It's a wrap, baby. Y'all had a good run.
Y'all say this every time we okay. Y'all say this every time.
This will be the second year. Right. This will be the second year Alabama doesn't win the championship, right? Straight year. Okay. All right.
As you can see, this is a pattern. We win one, went to the championship the next year, lose one. They've done that 3 times already.
But that was before. That was before the SEC West loaded up on coaches.
Okay.
You up here. Hugh Freeze is back.
And Kirby not going nowhere.
Kirby ain't going nowhere. My man at LSU, Brian Kelly, already beat you. Don't even have his recruits yet.
Okay. Tennessee already beat him.
Tennessee. And that's your rival every year. So
I like this.
Like, let's move on, man. We got to
Armani. I got you, Armani. You gonna remember this day? Because for you, I'm gonna throw the red challenge flag. It's for you, Armani.
I can't wait. When I tell you, I cannot wait because they do this all the time. This ain't the first or the second time y'all done this. I can't wait. All right. Dynasty is over. Okay. Okay. All right. Dynasty is over. Okay.
Guess what? Nobody's afraid. Nobody's afraid of Alabama anymore.
You don't have to be afraid.
That was part of Alabama's success. Is fear. Nobody's afraid of Alabama anymore.
You ain't got to be afraid. That's all right.
Nick Saban don't even have as much confidence as you trying to spew on the treadmill sports.
Real boy.
What are you, boy? Okay.
He up here trying to.
This is one of Rail's best takes. That's right, Armani. You need a drink because this is one of Rail's best takes right here.
Y'all do this. Y'all do
You
this
know,
all
I
the
can't say
time.
nothing.
This is not the first time y'all done this. It's okay. I'm used to it. Y'all
I
do
haven't
this
done
all
anything.
the
This is
time.
real thing.
Saying nothing.
I can go back 3 to 4 shows where y'all said the dynasty is over. I can pull it up.
This
Y'all
season?
done this already.
This season,
Okay. All right.
you gonna have to go back to a few bad seasons to get those shows. Because this season, we've been pretty accurate.
Well,
And
Alabama,
you said yourself when the show started that you didn't even believe they were gonna get in this year. Now you said, well, next year and the year after. Y'all done for this year though, right?
Absolutely.
and who's your quarterback going to be next year?
Not sure. Not sure.
Oh my God.
Well, you don't have to have a great quarterback to win a championship. Stinson
You better
Bennett.
have somebody.
Stinson Bennett is not a great quarterback, but won a championship.
You
But
all,
we're talking
you
about
all
the
have
competition
won,
level.
You all have
The com-
won.
We won championships without a great quarterback.
Can I finish? Your last 2 championships that Alabama won, you won with great quarterbacks.
Matt Jones was a great quarterback.
Yes, he was a great college quarterback. That's why he was the number 1. That's why he was a first-round draft pick. Was he a first-round draft pick?
Yeah, he was.
Okay. Then you won your second one when Tua came out of nowhere. It was Tua a first-round draft pick?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's all I got to say. Okay. Let's keep moving.
Jacob Coker won the first round draft pick.
Real just
Neither was AJ McCarron, who won 3 of them things. But okay, hey,
he's going way back. Now that's too far back.
That was before. They instituted what's the offense got that when you could either run or pass? What they call it?
RPO.
That was before they won those before RPO. Now that RPO's been on it, you had Matt Jones. You had Tua Tunga, whatever.
Jerome, we didn't ask for any World Cup updates, but thanks.
The dynasty is over. Okay.
All right, man. All right, Coach, man. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Well, Rev, I hope you didn't take up all my time with that rant. It was a good one, though.
NCAA picks, here we are, man. Let's get it going. Let's see where we are in the standings. I don't even know why we let Armani take that much time because Armani's always in last place in picking games anyway. So why would we let them just play?
That's the NFL.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the NFL. Here the NCAA.
Oh, yeah. Rev, I see you up to show me. God, I can't believe I'm in the number 1 now. Rev just killed me with that NFL pick.
Look at the NCAA.
Yeah, you only got 1 game lead over Coach, man.
Ain't nobody scared of Coach, man.
Yeah.
Coach, I am not worried about you.
Okay.
What you picking?
I'm sorry I didn't get your record, Red. My bad. But you're 53-29. You got a 1-game lead over Coach. You got technically you got a 3-game lead over me since I was the only one who picked Utah last night. And you don't have to worry about Armani. He's okay. All right.
I ain't worried about none of y'all. I got this college thing is wrapped up.
I'm just mad. Well, you only got a 1-game lead, so today will mean a whole lot. So, Red, don't get too confident, brother. All right,
I'm confident.
Coach, right on your heels. Here we go. Let's pick some games there, and let's see if Coach,
get the first. Since I'm in lead, Coach, you're first.
It don't matter.
All right, he's giving Coach the first.
I pick first. I don't care. Hey.
All right, let's get some pick 'em. Let's do it. Let's do it. Coach.
Going to get my 2nd straight trophy.
Go ahead on. Here we go with these NCAA picks. Starting out with the Big 12 championship, Kansas State versus TCU. Who you got, Coach?
TCU.
Why you got them?
I think they riding a wave right now. They see the light at the end of the tunnel. So hey, they riding a wave. They're gonna hurt Kansas State pretty bad.
Armani, who you got?
Oh man, it was close to last game, I believe. But yeah, I just think TCU too big, too fast. I'm going with TCU.
All right, it's on me. I'm gonna go with Kansas State, not because I actually believe they're gonna win, but I got to do it for standings, just like I did last night. I will say Kansas State was up 18 points against TCU the last time they played, so don't be surprised if Kansas State does come down with the cup.
Jinx.
Don't get mad at me, man. Red, who you got, brother?
TCU. I doubt they come this far to blow it in the championship game. So I'm gonna ride with TCU.
All right. I don't know why we didn't pick this game before that game. Armani, it's on you. UCF versus Tulane. Who you got?
I haven't watched much of either team this year, but I'm gonna go with the higher seed and just go with Tulane.
I feel about just like you, and also Tulane will have home field advantage because in that conference they play at the team that has the highest rank. So Tulane has home field advantage. Give me Tulane over UCF. Who you got? I wasn't even supposed to go. Oh, Red, yeah. Who you got, Red?
Tulane looking good. UCF, I picked them early in the year for a purposeful win. They got it for me, and I didn't need to pick them again, and I'm not picking them today. Tulane.
Coach, who you got? Red is walking here.
Tulane.
All right, just simple as that. All right, on to the next game. Clemson versus North Carolina. Clemson just got bounced by South Carolina. I know who Armani's picking, so I'm going to pick along with Armani. I'm going with North Carolina to win the ACC championship because I have no faith in Clemson's quarterback. Who you got, Red?
Well, I ain't got no faith in North Carolina. Shoot, especially that awful week they had last week, losing to NC State, costing me a win in my standings. Had they just took care of business last week, I have a sizable lead. But since they didn't, I don't trust them. I'm taking Clemson. Let's go, Dabo. Get this win for me.
Coach, who you got?
Carolina. That quarterback for North Carolina, I think he's gonna ride, gonna pick it up this week. Clemson is free falling, so I'm going with North Carolina.
Armani, who do you have, sir?
Man, you know I can't pick nothing that Dabo represents, so I'm going with North Carolina. Clemson, y'all think the Bama dynasty is over? Clemson, they are done for some time, and y'all know why. You know, Sweeney couldn't keep his mouth shut. When was that? 2020. Anyway, yeah, they're done. Yeah.
So y'all leaving me on the island for Clemson? Okay, y'all gonna regret that. Now I just secured my championship. Now, come on, Clemson. Clemson gonna do it for me today.
I wish nothing but the worst for Clemson.
Red, it's all you, brother. Purdue versus Michigan. Who you got?
Well, I mean, Khaki Pan's been doing it all year long. I hate to see him come down to this game and choke it up, and he ain't gonna choke it up. Michigan all the way. Like you say, he already Khaki Pants is eyeing toward the playoffs. If he choke it up, it'll be in the playoffs, but not to Purdue. A 4-loss Purdue team, that'll be a laughing stock of the day. They ain't got no offense really, no defense. Michigan got one of the top defenses in this country, and even without the running back gone, they'll make a few plays in the passing game to get this victory. Michigan, Khaki Pants, all day.
Are you agreeing with Red's commentary?
Yeah, Purdue ain't got enough firepower. They gonna struggle, so it's gonna be Michigan.
Armani, who you got?
I guess I'll go with Khaki Pants. I mean, hey.
You don't have to.
I mean, man, I got to get Khaki Pants.
You got nothing to lose, Armani. You already in last place.
For real. I mean,
whatever. Michigan is, they come a long way. They come a long way. So I'm going to go with Michigan. I don't think they'll lose. I don't think they'll even lose in the semi. I think Michigan will go to the championship game.
What?
One game at a time now.
Armani got the whole new faith in Khaki Pants, who he gave up on.
After giving up on his own team.
I ain't give up on my team.
I'm going with Michigan as well to make it unanimous. I cannot pick an upset on this one. Moving on to the SEC championship game. It's on Coach. Coach.
Huh?
This is
your turn.
Man, please. If y'all think LSU done lost 3 games gonna win it, man, please. LSU showing up because they obligated. Come on, man, please.
All right. So Coach got LSU. I mean, I'm sorry, Georgia. That was a fraudulent slip. All right, Armani, you rolling with LSU or Georgia?
Man, you know how I'm going with Georgia. Y'all ever seen somebody skin a catfish? Well, this is gonna be Georgia and LSU, and LSU is the catfish. So they about to get skinned real good today, and it ain't even gonna be close.
Red, give us some about 30 seconds of commentary on why Georgia's going to win.
Okay, no problem. Joe Burrow, Coach Cough Drop. We ain't forgot, fellas. We ain't forgot. And the rooster is coming home today, baby. So just bring that butt. Bring that butt on down to Mercedes-Benz. Cause we ain't forgot. And boy, this is gonna be our payback. Yeah, y'all were hyped when you had Joe Burrow just kicking butt all through the SEC. Well, now it's our turn, okay? Stetson got his fresh cut. That man is ready. Went to the barbershop yesterday. I told Stetson to go see our boy Skittles over there at Greenbrier. He got that fresh cut. Now he ready to cut up LSU. It is over, Kelly. It's going down. UGA, this is our time. This is our team. This is our championship, okay? Back to back. And LSU, you just another hurdle along the way. But we still got to show up today. We're going to show up and we're going to kick butt. And I can't wait. Man, I want to Herb get to work so I can Herb and get out so I can come back and see this beat down. It's going to be a beat down in the Benz today, baby. SEC, UGA, rise up. Woo! I'm ready. Woo, woo.
All right, I'm going with Georgia too.
Thanks, Real.
That's all I got. All right, so the picks have been made. We'll see if there's some movement in the standings next week this time. All right, let's get ready. We're gonna
Please.
That my USC post, Real.
Oh, what was that?
When I told you what the reason USC lost last night?
Why did they lose, Coach?
I'm going to tell you, be honest, and this is going to be a very honest. 3 things. Number 1, people talk about defense, but that defense been like that all year. They are what they call an opportunistic defense. They thrive off turnovers. They didn't get those turnovers. They got one, I think, a fumble. So they didn't get those turnovers. Number 2, when Caleb Williams turned from Lamar Jackson to Matt Ryan, that game was over from the start. He couldn't move. He couldn't run. That takes the whole dimension away. And Utah jumped on him like sharks on a fish. It was over then. They said, we're going to send everybody. He can't move. All he can do is throw. So we got him now. And number 3, Lincoln Riley did not take him out. Williams told him, don't take me out. But you can't let a player dictate what you do, Mr. Riley. You get to back up in there and see what happens. And then you do what you do. So those 3 things, it didn't help what happened. And that's why Utah just ended up winning the game. Simple as that. If Caleb Williams was healthy, you saw what the score was when he was running. They were up 17-3. So when that hamstring popped, you saw that season start popping. And he should have gotten him out of there. What you going to do with a statue of Caleb Williams?
They did compete for a little while, even with injury. But, it's hard to take a kid like Caleb Williams out the game because if he says he's able to play, you got to trust him. And it's not like he wasn't being serviceable. It just one of his dimensions was taken away. But he's probably better than their backup, even with a bad hamstring. So I could definitely roll with you with those first 2, but I don't know if I can hold Riley accountable for the last one. What I will hold him accountable for is he should have never brought that defensive coordinator with him from Oklahoma because that defensive coordinator couldn't call defense at Oklahoma, and he can't call defense now at USC. And even with an opportunistic defense, you can't have that kind of defense if you're trying to win a national championship. And we saw so many times Oklahoma be in the top 4, and they got blasted every time because they couldn't play defense. When you get to the college playoff, you got to be able to play defense. So USC should be looking for a new defensive coordinator quick, fast, and in a hurry.
I agree. That's their number 1 issue right there. You got to get that defense fixed. Because even with a hobble Caleb Williams, they still dropped 24. Looked like they had a chance to they just, like I say, if you just had a couple of stops with Utah, y'all probably could have pulled this one out.
If they could
the tackling was awful, Coach. I mean,
but it just looked pathetic watching Williams standing back there in one spot, not moving. That defense said, "Oh yeah, we got him now. He can't do all that fake RPOs and all that. He just standing there because he has never gotten sacked 6-7 times in a game before, and he got sacked about 6 or 7 times, and it was just ridiculous. He just standing there.
Utah did their job. They were supposed to hobble him. That's what I'm saying.
You see a
But I'm
wounded
saying,
animal,
and
you
Lincoln,
don't take him out.
All
well,
right,
yeah,
let's
you're right.
stop
You,
real
you
quick.
did say Lincoln didn't make no adjustments, but
Looking at the time, and we got to get Red in on this talk. So let's go right into it. We're going to go right into NFL. We're not
okay.
going to do a Falcons report. We're not going to do a Steelers report. Why? Because they're playing each other. So we don't need to talk about that. Let's talk about the Steelers versus the Falcons on tomorrow in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You have 2 diehard Falcons fan, 1 unemotional Falcons fan, and a diehard Steelers fan. So we got to get this trash talk on now, brothers. So
let's go.
let's just talk Steelers Falcons for 2 minutes. Coach, you're not DJing this week. I'm trying to tell you. All right, here we go. So Red,
Yes, sir.
tell us why the Falcons are going to win or lose tomorrow.
Okay, I'm glad you gave me 2 options. Okay, well, why the Falcons are gonna put up the performance they are gonna do tomorrow is because the Falcons are a one-dimensional offense, and the Steelers ain't no joke on defense. You think the Steelers don't know that we can't throw the ball? You think the Steelers don't know that Marcus Mariota is limited in his abilities? If you think Mike Tomlin and the Steelers don't know that, you are out of your mind. So what do you think an intelligent coach like Mike Tomlin and an experienced and great aggressive defense like the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to do to the Falcons tomorrow? What do you think they are going to stop? What do you think is going to be the one thing they're going to make sure they don't let us get off? Thank you, Armani. I know you're thinking it. The running game. The Caleb Williams of the world, the Cordell Pattersons, the Tyler Algiers. I promise you, the Steelers been watching film of those guys all week long. If anybody ain't going to beat the Steelers tomorrow, it's those 3 guys. So now what? Now we come down to the game is in whose hands? Marcus Mariota's, a.k.a. Sweetbread. Well, what's Sweetbread going to do tomorrow? I have absolutely, well, yeah, I do. I have an idea. Absolutely nothing, because that Steelers secondary gonna be ready for him. The Minka Fitzpatricks of the world, the Dominique K, the Cases of the world that used to play here. He coming back, and he better come back and get a couple of picks. That's what all on his mind. I'm sorry. Look, I wanted things to work out for us this year. It's been 4 years we ain't made the playoffs, but the reality has eventually set in for me. And I want to thank Rev for getting me in this mode when we went through our Matt Ryan years. I'm just like him. I'm emotionless when I realize the truth. And the truth about my Falcons is we are a one-dimensional team that's not built to win anything this year. Marcus is not going to win anything this year, and this one-dimensional running game offense ain't going to win anything this year. We already know how bad the defense is. Ain't even no point even talking about our defense. They have been the same since I was born, 1980, okay, with the exception of 1 year, 2017, when they just fell into the top 10 by accident, okay? But don't act like that defense was just dominant now. It ain't one of the dominant defenses of the team. It just was a top 10 defense. But back to today, tomorrow's game, the Falcons are done. I told you it would be better if we just go 5-12 and get us a draft pick and just get ready for next season, because this season is kaput because our quarterback and our head coach ain't SHIT. Nothing.
So you're picking the Steelers.
You better believe I'm picking the Steelers tomorrow.
All right, that means he can't stand Arthur Smith. All right, Armani, what do you think about Red's rant as a Falcons fan? Are you in agreement with him?
Yeah, he's 100% correct. I mean, I really did believe in Arthur Smith, but I tell you something, man. If he can't get a hold on his quarterback situation, Terry, don't let this man get you fired.
Thank you.
First play at GM, you better fire Arthur before Big Arthur fire you.
Thank you.
I'm telling you right now, do not let Arthur Smith lose your job. First of all, it's just, man, I just can't believe he did that last week. And it frustrates me a lot because I'm like, dude, you've been going, and I don't know why Falcons coaches do this all the time. You keep going away to what's working. If it's working, keep doing it. They can't stop it. Why do you keep doing this? Another thing, We've been begging for a top 10 defense for the past, I don't know, 20 years since I've been born. I mean,
40 years, man.
how
Shoot.
many times? What is it gonna take for y'all to get somebody in here legit on defense? I tell you what, you got a lot of good defensive players coming out in the draft this year. I.e., you need a pass rush. Will Anderson, or the D tackle from Georgia, he's making some noise. What is it gonna take for y'all to get a competent defense in here? Arthur Smith, I'm you about on my last leg. And if I promise you, if Marcus Mariota comes in here as a starting quarterback next year, I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be completely done with Atlanta. I can't emotionally do it
Just
no more.
Arthur. You can't throw us away, throw the coach away.
I can't do it no more. I'm like, dude, you see what Marcus Mariota is. He is who he is.
Thank you.
He is limited in the passing game. But
Thank
that all
you.
being said, the Steelers are probably gonna win tomorrow. Not because, yeah, they might, but not because of Marcus Mariota, not because of the defense. Mike Tomlin is light years smarter than Arthur Smith. That's why the Steelers are going to win tomorrow.
Oh my God! Man, y'all, come on! That was one of our money's best rants. Now, so because so I'm sorry. I got I'm with our money all the way on this rant.
Before I go to coach, let me say two things. Number one, I was the only one on the panel who picked the Falcons to lose last week in Washington, and they did.
You were.
Number two, I want to encourage Armani and Red. This was supposed to be a rebuilding season, okay? I don't know why, in particular, Red thought that they were going to be competing for something. When they signed Marcus Mariota, they basically said we're signing the bridge to the guy that we're going to pick. Now,
the bridge, real.
The question that remains is the guy from Cincinnati room for the job? Is he getting the Patrick Mahomes treatment, and that is to sit for the entire year and then plug him in? That's what we need to be concerned about. I would say don't get mad at Arthur until next year. Because they signed Mariota to be the bridge. All right, you got 30 seconds because we got to get Coach in here before you go.
Right. Okay, now, Rev, all I got to say about that is when the Chiefs did it, we all have a trust with Andy Reid doing it. So if Andy Reid say that kid need to sit for a year, Andy Reid has accomplished things offensive-wise in the NFL, been to a Super Bowl with Donovan McNabb. If Andy Reid say Patrick need to sit for a year, okay, Andy, we trust you. Arthur Smith ain't no Andy Reid. Arthur Smith ain't accomplished, but Andy Reid is accomplished. Arthur Smith cannot say, I'm going to sit this kid for a year and just expect all of us to trust you, especially looking at the way you got the offense playing now. The last week, Armani, you trust anything Arthur Smith?
Coach in there.
Sorry, y'all. These short songs, man.
Go ahead, Coach. Tell Red about the Steelers winning and Armani. The Steelers going to win tomorrow, aren't they, Coach?
I don't know how to follow up these two Lou Holtzes on here with their destroying of their team, Lou Holtz and Lou Holtz.
They're just being honest.
We're being honest, Coach. We can't live in fantasy land.
Because you're fine. You know, I saw something in Reader's Digest.
Rev, I'm have to put a stop to this.
Coach, you're positive about your team.
TJ Watts was touched by the hem of Jesus' garment, and he's going to
not the Jesus garment. Oh my gosh, no.
Come on, Coach. You know your team finna beat down, so they don't have to be all. You don't have to be, cool about it. Just tell us you're gonna beat us down. Tell us why the Steelers are gonna beat the brakes off the Falcons tomorrow. You ain't got to be humble about it. Tell us.
First of all, we got a rookie quarterback who's developing, trying to look good. You got TJ Watt, who's questionable. Najee Harris, questionable. We got down our third string running back.
Not that bad.
Yeah, Snell is okay. I had to slap him every now and then.
Tony Snell's not trash. So
I had to slap him every now and then. He's not exactly lighting the world on fire.
You still got George Pickens, who's pretty good too.
And our running defense is not the best in the world, so Cordero Patterson could go for 100. Our running defense is garbage.
Coach,
when we see what I'm talking about.
You poo-poo on Pittsburgh, he'd be like, no. And then when we give him credit, he don't want to say that.
Wait a minute now.
Who's gonna win the game, Coach?
No, Pittsburgh gonna win the game. It's not gonna be a blowout.
All right.
Okay.
It's not gonna be a blowout now. Let's not get it ahead of ourselves. If we can get pressure on Mariota, then we're gonna take control.
If
you get pressure on Mariota, what make you think you're not gonna get pressure on Mariota?
Wait a minute now, hold up now. You was praising your linemen at one point. Now all of a sudden they trash.
Yeah, that's right. I go from game week, coach. Y'all are gonna beat the brakes off us. I don't know why you sitting up and being humble. If we had another Steelers fan on here, they would be dogging, saying we better come in there and beat the brakes, and it would be true. Me and Armani wouldn't be able to say nothing. But coach sitting up here trying to act like the Falcons have a chance tomorrow.
Get my daddy on here. He'll tell you how we
get another Steelers fan on here. Because coach, man, you the one Steelers fan. You ain't crunk enough, man. I want some real Steelers nation. I want to hear it. I want to hear how y'all better come in there and win them terrible times and just beat the brakes off the Falcons. Come on, coach. Give it to me.
What's the Steelers record, first of all?
Oh, my God.
What's the Steelers record?
Can we move
Armani?
on?
Armani, what's Steelers record?
Go. We talk about two teams, man. We ain't worried about their record. We talk about.
I mean, y'all act like the Steelers are setting the world on fire. We just going from game to game, just like y'all are trying to win games. We trying to win ball games.
Y'all probably end up tying y'all record, or I'm not tying your record. One game under your under 500, or one game over 500. Mike Tomlin is light years better than Arthur Smith, and he's not scared to put his rookie quarterback in when he realized the dummy that's starting ain't cutting it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You got Minka Fitzpatrick. You got TJ Watt. Come on. Okay. All right.
Did I just tell you?
We have but an old Brady Jerry.
TJ Watt is questionable with a rib injury. He might not even play.
But coach, under normal circumstances, if we were just picking a team, you would have picked somebody else who would have picked up the slack for TJ Watt. You would have found somebody we ain't never heard about. The Steelers picked up off the practice team.
It sounds like Coach scared of the game. You really think that the Falcons got a chance?
I'm not scared. I just don't think gonna be the blowout y'all think it is. I know the Steelers gonna win.
Y'all gonna win. It might not be a blowout, but y'all gonna win.
Why do that from start?
Red, last word on you, man. You got to go, man. Make that money, brother. You 5 minutes.
Okay, what I got the last word on?
You say what you want to say, man. Whatever you got your head.
All right, last word. Deion going to Colorado. That is a big shock. I can't wait to see how this story play out. My Lakers are Lakers. Woo! Lakers on the rise. I mean, the best win of the season last night, Milwaukee. Moving Westbrook to the bench has paid off. Anthony Davis finding himself again is paying off. LeBron, you did your thing last night, but just keep playing together, Lakers. I'm taking it a game at a time. Keep playing together. I think some positive things are coming for the Lakers, so I'll have to get into more of it later. Like I say, Deion going to Colorado. I'll be interested to see what folks got to say about that. UGA, come on, baby, don't let me down. And I forgot what some other topics, but I guess that's enough for today, fellas. I'll listen to the rest of the show when I can. Am I forgetting anything real?
Wait a minute. Did you just say out of your own mouth that UGA don't let you down? What does that mean? If they beat them by 10 instead of 50? Is that what you're saying?
Now, I know you ain't talking after what we just went through with the Steelers now.
All right, gentlemen. It's halftime of the Red and Red Sports Show. Red, you need to go make your money. Go make your money, man. We'll catch up with you. Everybody.
See y'all later. See you next week, episode 260. Peace.
First half of the Red and Red Sports Show. We're at halftime. We'll be right back. See you, Red. Peace out, brother.
See you later, fellas. Right, Coach Rev, Armani, holla.
And we are back on the Red and Red Sports Show. And we are less one, but we know that Red had to leave, and we'll hold down the fort without him. Let's see who's still at River Night. Later, Red Rose. All right, the VP showing Red some love. Real quickly, we didn't talk about it. We know that the Celebration Bowl is going on today, and could easily be Deion's last game as
SWAC championship.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. The SWAC championship. The Celebration Bowl is next week. That's right.
Yes.
Thank you for the correction, Coach. SWAC. That's right. Southern versus Grambling. I'm sorry, versus Jackson State. Let me get my life together.
I'm all SWAC.
Southern versus Jackson State. That's right.
Yes.
The game is in Mississippi too, right?
It's at the vet. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So is this going to be a blowout?
You got a hurt dog in Southern who got blasted for 35-0 last time, and then you got JSU with all this Deion stuff around them. I think it's going to be closer than it should be.
All right, Armani, do you have any feelings?
I mean, I think Deion gonna go out on top, just like most great coaches do. Yeah, this will be his last one, but I think he's gonna leave Jackson State with a bang. And
go ahead.
My bad. He's done his due diligence. I mean, he's brought a lot of tenacity and brand to Jackson State, and not only to Jackson State, but to HBCU football. Have given the people a reason to watch HBCU football. Even I went down and watched Hampton play about 4 weeks ago. Yeah, so I mean, I'm happy for him. I'm really genuinely happy for Deion. You got all this naysayers saying, "Oh well, we knew he was gonna leave." I mean, like you said, Rev, $500,000, $5 million. I mean, what are we talking about?
Hold on, right quick. That's one of our topics, real quick, for 5 or 5. So hold on.
Oh yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
Let's just keep it right here. Now, I just have a question that's not really tied to 5 for 5, but it kind of is. All right, if he does take the job, and we still have a chance for y'all to say if he's going to take it or not, can he go on another week? Because when Coach corrected me, he just reminded me that the Celebration Bowl is next week. So can Colorado and Deion afford him not saying anything about the job another week? Or does he not coach in the Celebration Bowl?
I think he's gonna coach in the Celebration Bowl. I mean, you have to let's finish what you start. You got to finish what you started. You know, it's gonna be questions about, oh well, you know, Deion, you leaving? Hey, look, right now I'm focused on just like before we had some of our coaches leaving, before Lane Kiffin left, before Kirby Smart left to go to Georgia. All these guys, hey, I'm focused on this team right now. I'm focused on winning right now before I leave. So I think that he's gonna focus on doing what he has to do, and then when he gets to Colorado, he'll deal with Colorado. I think Deion will do a good job at compartmentalizing it too.
I totally agree with you. So do you think he'll announce this week if he's going to take the job, or he'll wait after the Celebration Bowl?
I think it's going to be till after the Celebration Bowl because he doesn't want to get everybody's mind off the game. I think he's focused on winning this Celebration Bowl and, you know, going out on top. So I think he's focused on that right now.
Your thoughts, Coach?
He's not going to wait. He's going to announce it Sunday. He made a statement that he's going to announce Sunday what he's going to do. So he's not going to wait, but there ain't no guarantee unless Southern may have brought back Aeneas Williams and some more players to try to win the game. So you never know. Southern is motivated that listening to the talk from Southern people. They say that 35-0 is not going to happen. But then again, just like I keep telling people every week, games aren't played on Facebook. They played inside little TV sets. So, you know. And you can talk all you want, but once that kickoff starts, then you know reality sets in, and you got to do it on the field. So I don't think he's gonna leave the kids per se. I think if he wins, he coaches, and he finishes everything, and then after that, then they do their goodbyes and hugs and kumbaya and all that stuff and the crying, and then we move on. He becomes a Colorado coach.
So what I'm hearing is if Jackson State wins today, he still makes the announcement
Sunday
that he's leaving. And then the players will all know about it, so there won't be any guesswork. And Jackson State will still play as hard as they can for him, even though he's gone.
I don't know if they're going to play as hard as they can, but they're going to play that Celebration Bowl with him as coach.
I think they will play real hard for him because a lot of them realize that he has given them exposure that they would have gotten. And you don't want to burn the bridge with Deion, because one thing that Deion can do is be an advocate for them for the rest of their careers, because Deion still has influence in the NFL. So I think Deion is in a power position where he can make the announcement to say, hey, I'm leaving. And then he says, look, I can still coach these guys up and they're still going to play hard for me, because Deion has given them at an HBCU what 99.9% of HBCUs would have never given those kids. And that's exposure. They've been able to connect with folk that they would have never connected with. All these former football players, celebrities, entertainers. You can't fault Deion for that. So I think they'll still play hard for him. Now, here we are. And we're doing 5-5 in a different way. We'll get back to Lunas in the next 4 topics. All right, Mr. VP, so don't kill me. But this was one of our 5-5 topics. I think it's safe to say all of us believe that he's going to take the Colorado job. Would you agree? Coach, you don't agree?
Yes.
No, Coach doesn't agree. Why not?
I think he's a showman first. He likes all this attention. But something or somebody has gotten to him and may have talked to him about what you're doing in Jackson State and what you can do. And let's face it, the money is there, $6 million a year, but Colorado is not exactly a powerhouse in the Pac-10. Not even close. Does he want to do a reclamation project, or does he want to stay somewhere where he's comfortable? He's comfortable at Jackson State. And I mean, people keep talking about, hey, he don't need the money. How do y'all know what's in his pocket, first of all? Y'all talking about he don't need the money. You don't know. But I just don't think he's going to leave. That's just my gut saying that. So
it's been chronicled that Deion is a man of faith, and I'm sure some people might poo-poo on that, remembering Deion from old. But Deion definitely speaks a lot about faith. Now, from a pedigree standpoint, Colorado probably does not look like the type of job that he would want to take. But a man of faith that believes in restoration might look at this as an opportunity to say, I can restore this program, and it will be known that this program was restored by me. He's not walking into anybody else's fame or players, because we have not mentioned Colorado all year long. We have not picked a Colorado game. I can't even remember if we've ever picked a Colorado game on any segment of the Red and Red Sports Show. We've been doing this show since 2008.
Nope.
So this may be prime opportunity to be able to say, I have set a precedent for Colorado football, because the last time Colorado was relevant is when they tied with Georgia Tech to win the 1990 NCAA championship as co-champions. That's what they used to have back in the day, Armani. I don't know if you knew that, where they didn't have bowl games it would be the championship. Literally, one bowl game would be over here, another bowl game would be over there, and then that's how they would decide who would win the championship. Basically, the decision who wins the championship would be amongst the voters.
Right.
How they play it on the field. All right, so that was the last time Colorado was relevant, when they had Cordell Stewart as their quarterback. So maybe, just maybe, Prime is saying, this is my job that I could put my handprint on and nobody could deny it. What's your thoughts about that?
You went. Oof.
I mean, you got a point, Rev. I mean, you can go to a program and, kind of build that program, up. And then, I mean, that'll be your case for, even though for some reason, I really thought he was going to take the Georgia Tech job. I don't know why nobody wants the Georgia Tech job, because Georgia Tech looks way more better in Colorado. I mean, just from a pedigree standpoint, I don't know what's going on with that school, but it's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting to see what he does. But I mean, like you said, to build that program back up to college football prominence, that'll be impressive. So we'll see. We'll see.
Rev, you kind of went on a pastoral rant right there and just put the restoration in it and everything. I wasn't prepared for that. I couldn't catch that one. But Armani, nobody wants Georgia Tech job because there's limited control as a coach. I think that ADs and AD and other folks. I know Dion would be kind of hamstrung at Georgia Tech, because I don't know if they would give him that much power and ability to be able to control the team all outright like he wants and like he has at a Jackson State or somewhere. So Georgia Tech wouldn't let him do that.
Georgia Tech's not an attractive job because they don't invest the money. I mean, let's look at the last three coaches.
And I don't understand that, because you're one of the top engineering schools in the country.
That's engineering, that ain't sports.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's like,
but they have never ever hired a high profile coach. Never. Yeah.
Like, they all got athletes. They got some pretty good athletes though.
Well, they had some great athletes. They had Calvin Johnson. They had Bebe, who's a wide receiver. Denver Broncos. They had Keith Brookins. Demaryius Thomas, Bebe. Yeah. So Georgia Tech is not deficient of athletes, because Georgia's not deficient of talent. Even if they get Georgia high school players 3rd and 4-star athletes, they're still getting a good crop of athletes. Georgia Tech is just not attractive because they don't invest the money. You have Paul Johnson, who they got from Georgia Southern. Then they get Jeff Collins coming from Temple. Those are not college football powerhouses. And then, they went and got Brent Key, which I think is a smart move, especially since Brent Key did a good job resurrecting Georgia Tech from being the laughing stock of the league early on this season. And he made it respectable. So I think that was a good hire. In the short term, the question is, will he be able to recruit? I think another reason why that job is not as attractive is because Kirby Smart has the state on lock.
Yeah.
Georgia has too many resources. So do you want to go head to head with that monster? Now, Prime, if he had more control, would probably welcome that.
Mm-hmm.
But
he wouldn't want to do it.
If they're not going to give him control, and that's what Dion wants, because Colorado is also attractive, is because they're going to let Prime be Prime.
Right.
And then Colorado is a different kind of state. You don't really have the Good Boys Network trying to shut you down like you do at Southern schools. Colorado's very progressive. They were one of the first states, and I'm not advocating this by any means. They were one of the first states to legalize marijuana, right? Yeah. So they're a very progressive state. That's doggone the state that President Obama gave one of his speeches for his presidential nomination as a Democratic leader. So Colorado is a different kind of state, different kind of feel. And I think Prime knows that's probably one of the few places that I can be Prime. That they're not going to try to put a muzzle on me. They're not going to try to shut me down. They're going to give me everything that I asked for.
So in all, it's just too much politics at Georgia Tech.
Any Southern school. The reason why I question if Deion would ever go to a Southern school, let's be real. You know, all of us on this panel have lived in Atlanta at one point in time. Atlanta is an anomaly when it comes to the South.
Yep.
All right.
That's right.
All right. Let's just keep it 100.
Yeah.
Even with Georgia Tech's leadership and booster don't resemble what Atlanta looks like.
Yeah, that's true.
You get what I'm saying? All right. So Prime would struggle to be Prime at any Southern school because we know that the Good Old Boys Network will have a problem, even with a high-profile Prime, trying to tell them what he's going to do and what he's not going to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So Colorado is a good place for him to be Prime and to stamp his mark on being one of the best college football coaches ever. You know, if he can resurrect Colorado. So we'll see that. We'll see that. Without Atlanta, Georgia's, yep, that's very true. That's very true. All right, man, let's get to our regular 5 for 5. All right, here comes Lunas, Mr. VP, and we're going to give Armani and Coach 1 minute to talk about a particular topic after they have talked for 45 seconds, or if they talk for 45 seconds, if they get close to a minute, they'll be hit on mute and we'll go to the next person. Feel free to put your comments while they're talking, and we'll feature your comments after their time has expired. All right, let's see what we're talking about. Lakers on the rise. That's our topic right here. Let's get ready, Coach. You get ready to rock and roll in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You got it, Coach. What you talking about?
When you look at the Lakers, everybody say, oh, they got a losing record. But you are seeing really quickly what a dangerous Laker team is when everybody's healthy and everybody's doing their part. Because when you knock off the Milwaukee Bucks, who people are considering one of the top 3 teams in the league, somebody say it's a fluke. But in past, early on, the Lakers wasn't supposed to compete with a team like this. But Anthony Davis has found his way to be the man with the ball, and he's playing ball, and everybody's in sync. So the Lakers could make some noise this year. I don't know how much, but they can make some noise.
Armani, what you got on this topic?
The Lakers are doing fairly well. I mean, yeah, they got a losing record, but you can see where it's going. And if AD keep playing like he's playing, man, the West is gonna be in trouble. I mean, LeBron coming back. You got Westbrook coming off the bench, which is a good thing because when LeBron not controlling the ball, Westbrook come off the bench to control the ball. So, man, the West better watch out because the Lakers get hot. It's gonna be a hard team to stop.
All right, let's see what the Revenite Nation got to say. We did it, baby. So, all right, that was an extra talk. Lunas in Colorado is so befitting. The VP says Lakers on the come up. That shipment of liniment has come in. Having plentiful supply. Bubblegum is making its progression. West Brick is understanding his roll-off event. Sounds like the coming to Jesus meeting was effective. Red Rose showing some Lakers. Now, Red Rose, I want you to hear what I got to ask. And I'm on it. Here's the question. Do you owe Westbrook an apology?
I owe Westbrook an apology.
You and Red wanted him shipped out. You all said he was basically the cancer of the team.
Sure did.
And you just now gave Westbrook some props.
I did.
So do you owe
one
Russell Westbrook an apology?
No, I'm not going to go that far. I mean, it's a reason he's not in the starting lineup and he's coming off the bench. I mean, I'm pretty he was brought here to play in the starting lineup. But, I mean, you know, he's playing his role. So, I mean, yeah, no. He ain't work. He he ain't done enough to get my apology for me to
Oh
apologize.
my God!
Now,
You
if
gotta
they
be
come,
serious.
if they make a good playoff run and go to the final or go to the conference finals, and he does really well, then I'll give him an apology. But it's too early, too soon, and y'all know how Westbrook do. He's very bipolar. Any moment he can have a good game, off game, good game, off game, and then he's acting like old Westbrook. So, but I think LeBron's got to. I think LeBron. I honestly think what happened was LeBron pulled him to the side and said, "Look, we're gonna do this my way, and if you don't like that, you can get your AWS on up out of here." I think that's what really it came down to. And Westbrook said, "You know what? He right. Let me go sit on the bench and come off the bench because that's what's best for the team." So, hey.
Coach, your thoughts on what Armani had to say?
I feel very vindicated because those two said he was the main reason that they were losing every day. He the reason they losing. Nobody else is him. He the reason they losing. So now the man does what he's supposed. Y'all ask him to do. He's playing ball, and he still barely can get props. I told y'all. Yeah, then some people on this said, wait till the season over. No, dude, look what he's doing right now. Lakers are winning. And I'm going to do my Kendrick Perkins one more time. Look at the numbers. You see the numbers. They winning games. Hey, this is what you talk about. And the man doing it, Anthony Davis is back. I told y'all, as soon injuries hurt the Lakers, and as soon as they got 100%, they were going to be better. So don't talk about he don't need the apology. It's okay. But once again, look at the numbers and you see what's going on. They beat the Bucks last night. They didn't beat the Heat. I mean the Rockets. They beat the Bucks, who's supposed to be the best team in the league. And how many turnovers did Russell Westbrook have, Armani?
I don't know. I don't know the
Zero.
numbers.
Zero.
Okay.
Jerome Case, you out of your mind. He wasn't the reason they were losing. You out of your mind. Anthony Davis wasn't on the floor. That's why they were losing and struggling. LeBron was hurt. I ain't gonna eat my words. No, I ain't gonna eat my nope. Soon they start losing, that means they lost the game. Well, but right now they win.
Let me just say this. The reason why Westbrook is now no longer viewed as the villain is because Anthony Davis is finally playing like Anthony Davis.
Thank you.
They brought Westbrook in to be the third wheel, not the second wheel. And Anthony Davis has finally evolved for a few games to be Batman. That is how the Lakers can be successful if he's Batman. LeBron can no longer wear Batman's cape or shoes for an entire year. And while the Lakers were losing, and even we could talk about last year, they were still operating like LeBron could be Batman, and he's not Batman. So now that Anthony Davis has finally stepped up and begun doing what everybody thought Anthony Davis could be, what he could be, he started playing like who everybody thought he could be. That's why LeBron is not as stressed. That's why Westbrook is not as stressed. And the team is playing a lot better because Anthony Davis has finally, and I just say for a few games because we know he can get hurt at any moment, has ascended to being Batman. If the order is changed, where you ask LeBron to be Batman and you ask Westbrook to be Robin, you're going to have problems again. Is that fair?
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right. No apology needed. Coach is all called change. All right, here we go.
Jerome, you said sometimes some dumb stuff.
All right, here we go. Let's on to the next topic. LeBron called out Jerry Jones. Why are we talking about Kyrie so much and his issues with the Jews and not talking about the racist picture with Jerry Jones? Let's see what you got to think about it. Armani, you on in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. What you got, Armani?
I mean, I'm happy that LeBron said the piece that needed to be said. I mean, we already know who Jerry Jones is and what he's about. So, people will say, oh, well, how do we know he just wasn't standing there to go to school and getting ready to go to school? I'm like, really? I mean, I just can't stand when people like to negate and pick on Kyrie because he said what he said, which is a little kind of true. But what Jerry Jones did as a 14-year-old boy, I mean, we know who Jerry Jones is, and that's just how he grew up. So, I mean, just because he owns a football team, that don't make him less of a possible racist. I mean, he's making money off these players. So, LeBron said what needed to be said.
Coach, what you got?
I'm going to go with my post thing I said last time. Jerry Jones was 14 years old when he was there, and he could have just been someone just there to see what was going on. He could have just been standing there. A 14-year-old kid doesn't know a whole lot. You didn't see him yelling and screaming at those kids as they walked in. He was just standing there. So he might get a little bit of vindication. But I also want to point out, when somebody say he's 14 years old and he didn't know what was going on, Emmett Till was 14.
All right, let's see what Reverend Nation got to say about this particular topic. Coach, the man said, Jerome, I'm sorry, said, obviously emotional.
Learn to spell.
Who is Jerry Jones? We need answers from Jerry. The BP said, I appreciate every day bringing up that to the media. The media picks and chooses what spots are there. Meanwhile, Jerry came out to say that he wasn't there as a 14-year-old to report to his black students mentoring the school. That Euro Ninja was lying to his team.
Euro Ninja.
Especially regarding the Kaepernick kneeling.
Euro Ninja.
Says, what was said, who are the guys? Are they still friends? And basically, LeBron just called out, as was stated. Now, y'all need to be talking about this Jerry Jones picture, just like y'all are raking Kyrie Irving over the cold. The VP said, Coach, I had Jerome to pick up a dictionary on the Yes. All right, man, let's move on to the next topic. CF playoffs goes from 4 to 12 as soon as 2024 since the Rose Bowl got on board. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Armani, what you got?
I mean, you can look at it from two ways. You could say it's a bad thing because you don't want to see none of the, top teams beat up on the little guy, which is probably going to ultimately happen. But, it gives guys a chance for recruiting and name purposes to kind of be like, okay, well, but this really comes down to recruiting because when NIL came into play, they have to have a reason to separate these top schools. They're doing this because ultimately, let's be honest, they're tired of seeing the same schools in the college football playoff: Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Clemson. They're tired of seeing those teams, and they want to give other teams a chance, as they should, to kind of just have a chance to recruit and have a namesake. So, I knew it was going to happen with the same teams going to the championship every year. So it was inevitable for it to happen.
Coach.
Well, you look at it as it could be good. Some of those teams who think they deserve to be up there, those one-loss teams who somehow hit a bad wall or a two-loss team, you give them a chance. I think the competition could be good with more teams, more players, at chances for upsets. It's going to turn out, and this is going to really make a big deal on determining who can win what with this gauntlet. Now you got to win 3 games to win the national championship, or for the ones who get a bye, got less games, but still, it should be interesting. That's for sure.
All right. Reverend Knight Nation, what they say? What they say? Good, more football for us, gives multiple schools a chance at glory. They wouldn't do this if the money wasn't right, period. It's all about the money. That was my comment. That idea, cash grab.
Yep.
Hard to say because I think it would become a watered down. Maybe 8 would have been better. I was watching the college football show on ESPN this morning, and the way they are projecting how things will play out, the teams that are in the first 4 games who don't get the buys, they will be able to play home games. And then once they get to the quarterfinal rounds, they will start playing at neutral site. Therefore, one of the commentators believes that that's going to cause the teams with the bye to say it needs to go to 16 because they want to get that gate for a first round matchup just like those other teams. So do you think the format where the first 4 games that will not be hosted by the top 4 seed will cause it to get to 16 because the teams, even with the bye, their schools would want that gate that comes with the college football playoff game? Any thoughts?
Man, those money hungry jokers always want money. You made enough money all year. Don't be trying to get any extra money. You have to play the game. You're trying to play for a national championship. If you're not saying anything about the way it is now, even though Georgia will technically have a home game when they play in the Peach Bowl, or whatever bowl it is, or the Chick-fil-A, whatever bowl for semifinals. I mean, it shouldn't be about money at that point. I know they want it, but
Coach, let's talk about you trying to promote value. We're talking about the current system. Because of what we're saying, we know it's a money grab to go to 12. Do you think that going to 16 is likely because of the same thing?
No. I think it's to encourage more competition. Give a lot more teams a chance to play for the title.
Armani.
Listen, I'm not. If your school is not striving for excellence in this era of college football, then I don't think you should be there. Like I said, I don't want to see the top teams beat up on the smaller teams. I don't want to see number 15 or 16. Let's say Purdue have to play number 4 or number 5 Ohio State because they're gonna get beat up on. I don't want to see a blood fest when I watch college football. I want to see good competitive football, which is why you need to stick with the 12 team. I even said 18. You need to have the best teams in the country and inside the top 10 play each other. If you're not in the top 10, you shouldn't even be there.
All right, so here I play devil's advocate. Let me pull up the rankings real quick. Here's why I want to play devil's advocate. Because you sparked me in terms of you don't want to see certain games. When you said that, Armani. Check this. Just this season, we've had number 12 beat number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Just this season, we've had number 11 beat number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Just this season, we had number 20 beat number 7. So could those same?
I'm sorry, I'm looking now.
So I'll go back and actually put names to these teams. I was trying to preserve Coach from getting upset. So Utah beat, as the number 12 seed, USC as a 4 seed twice this year.
What? I'm saying, okay, go ahead.
Then you got number 11 LSU beating number 6 Alabama. You got number 20 South Carolina beating number 10 Clemson and number 7 Tennessee. Couldn't that happen in a college playoff too?
Yep.
Isn't that the reason why March Madness is the way it is in college basketball?
Yes, sir.
That's true.
Yeah. So
okay, you made a good point there.
Any given Saturday.
Well, Brother Vincent, I'm giving them their final rankings. I'm all about final rankings, not where they were ranked when they beat them. But I know you got your South Carolina chest puffed up, so I understand. All right. I'm trying to talk to. I'm trying to teach today on the Red and Red Sports Show. Last topic. Deshaun Watson is back. Coach, what's your feelings about that? He's in your conference too. Deshaun Watson is back. What says you about this topic? In 3, 2, 1, go, Coach.
I'm trying to figure out. I don't think the Browns are going to get much better. I don't think on defense. I think their defense is kind of struggling. It remains to be seen what Deshaun Watson can bring. You know he's talented. There's no question about that. But his mindset going into that first game, got to see how it's going to work out. I know the talent is there, but is he rusty? Does he pick up where he left off with the Texans? Or, like I said, it remains to be seen. I want to see how he looks that first game tomorrow and see what goes.
Monty, your thoughts.
I mean, Deshaun Watson hasn't played football in what, a year and a half, almost 2 years. So he's gonna be kind of rusty. Remember when Michael Vick went to prison and he came back? Michael Vick was very rusty. So we shall see. But then again, Michael Vick was sitting in jail, so wasn't getting any reps or working out or anything. Couldn't throw the football at anybody, which Deshaun Watson has had time to get out there, work out, throw the football with people. So it still remains to be seen, but it's going to be interesting that first game because all these so-called victims are going to be there and all this other stuff. I mean, man, it's just crazy how this whole Deshaun Watson ordeal played out. But he's going to be, like I say, he's going to be rusty. But I give him a game or two. He'll be back to the Texas Deshaun Watson because he was really good there.
All right, man. Good VP says Houston Cleveland game will have all-time ratings just because. The VP also says long-term Cleveland will decline. May not materialize this year, but anything is better than make their prettier. Deshaun Watson is going to be all right after the rust gets cocked off. Hello. Gotta be careful, man.
A little cocky, huh?
Gets cocked off. All right, bro. Now, but points well taken. I totally agree. I don't think we're going to see Deshaun Watson be the best version of Deshaun Watson until next season. Myself, since this season is basically over. All right. Jerome laughing at him still. Alexis Field says Deshaun will be back. Dang it, Jerome. Dictionaries. Yeah, that's hilarious. All right, man. Thank y'all for this version of 5 for 5. All right, let's get ready to pick some NFL picks. And let me just say this.
Armani, what's wrong? Uh-oh. Hold it, Armani, look at Rev.
Is the VP watching? I need to make sure the VP is watching.
Here he comes.
He came to be a regular on the show during the pandemic, and he was not accustomed to Rev's dominance in NCAA picks.
Oh boy, here we go.
And now that people are not wearing masks as much, coaches' effectiveness is not seen as much when it comes to picks. So I just want to share these standings, just the equivalent of how Rev operates when he's picking on all cylinders and he's being Rev. So the VP is watching. I want you to watch these standings real quick. There's a new sheriff in town. The past 2 weeks, the good Reverend has gone 16-2. 16-2. I have walked down red while I've also surpassed Coach. It's quiet in the set.
We let you have all your glory.
So the good Reverend is in first place, has a 2-game lead over Coach, has a 3-game lead over Red, and we're seeing Red just choke week after week.
Here you go.
And we see Armani just preparing his money. And he's going to send either via Cash App on when he will treat us all to dinner because it's inevitable. It's not a matter of if he's going to pay for dinner.
See.
It's just a matter of when, right about now. All right. What the VP got to say? Here we go.
I don't want to pick no more.
Your picks will show leprosy.
Leprosy.
Put your gifts to work on DraftKings. You're leaving money up to come on.
Leprosy.
I got members watching. Jerome, come on, man. Don't put me on First Street like that. No, just play. Armani's treating you guys to dinner at Dobbins. That's all. All right. So y'all want to see why Armani's energy has gotten real low on the show because he knew the picks were coming. It just shows how he's just been impoverished with his picks these years. I don't know. I think he realizes it's easier to pick on Reverend Night Nation than it is actually on the show. You better save holiday check for dinner, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Ready for my picks. I'm still alive. All right, here we go. All right, let's get ready to pick. Today's show is brought to you by
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
I'm hungry, Armani Newsom. Armani, I'm going to give you something that you would not be able to do anytime for the rest of the season. You want to know what that is?
What's that?
Be able to pick first.
Oh, see. Yeah. Come on. I mean, Armani, come on now. Don't let him do you like
I'm going to
that.
give him the honor of picking first since I'm in first place.
I don't want to pick first. I'm gonna go with every pick that you go with.
No. You don't get to choose who picks first when you're in the bottom. All right? That's reserved for people on top. So know your role, as The Rock would say. All right, here we go. You got some time, Armani, to at least get to 500. That's what we're shooting for. Get to 500.
This some bull. BS is what it is.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
We're treating you guys a dinner at the military food tree.
God, no.
Giving them some MREs. Lieutenant Soda, you have to get aggressive with the picks. All right, Lieutenant Soda.
Armani, them MREs are pretty good.
No, they ain't.
All right, Armani, it's on you, bro. We got these games to pick. Reverend Night Nation, feel free to let your picks be made known at this time. Here we go. Jets at Vikings. First game. Who you got?
Doing that at this point.
You got to pick, man. You're still on the show. Who you got, man?
The Vikings. I go with the home team. Yeah.
All right, his energy is sappy. We won't answer on. Coach, who you got, man?
Vikings, because the Jets seem to be in free fall at quarterback. I don't know if they can make a return, so I'm going with the Vikings.
Randy's on record. He has the Jets. All right, and Vincent Williams says Jet defense travels, but their offense might not travel, even though White did a good job last week. I'm going to also go with the Minnesota Vikings for the dub in Minnesota. Kirk Cousins, don't let me down. On to the next game, Coach. On you, Commanders at Giants. Who you got?
This one's going to be closer than it really is. I'm going to go with the Giants.
Any reason why?
I think the Commanders might just slip up this week. Heineke may throw a touchdown or two, but the Giants, Saquon's going to rush for over 100.
Reggie going with the Giants as well. I'm going with the Giants. I think the Giants will take care of home field advantage. Armani, who you got?
Pick anybody.
Division game. Commanders coming off a loss?
No, they're coming off
Oh.
a game.
Oh, they coming off a win. Oh, off a win. Giants at home though, so I'm gonna go with the Giants.
All right, man. Armani picking like he had a few drinks before the second. Come on, pick it up, Armani.
Ain't no point. I mean, yeah.
It's okay, man. Titans versus Eagles. It's on me. Is Dana Brickus watching?
Uh-oh.
Is Dana Brickus watching? I'm going with the Titans.
Ooh.
I'm going with the Titans. You want to know why? Because this is the type of game that the Philadelphia Eagles can lose, because the Commanders just beat them a couple weeks ago. The Commanders had a dominant running game. They'll get more dominant with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry will run down their throats, and the Tennessee Titans have a solid defense. That's the same defense that handcuffed Patrick Mahomes for most of the game before Patrick Mahomes hit Patrick Mahomes' thing. So even if the game is in Philly, this is the type of game that Philadelphia will lose. I'm going with the Tennessee Titans. Who you got, Armani?
I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Any particular reason?
Nope, they at home.
All right. You see that Armani's not killing this segment. Go with the coach.
Eagles. Tannehill's still the quarterback. I don't know what he's gonna do, but you know.
All right. So Red got the Eagles. All y'all got the Eagles, and y'all leaving me on that Tennessee Island all by myself. I'm good. I'll stay on it by myself. All right, on to the next one. Armani, it's on you. Chargers versus the Raiders.
Raiders kind of getting back to feeling themselves a little bit. I'm gonna go with the Raiders. They at home. I'm going with all home teams this week except the Falcons.
Coach, who you got, man?
The Chargers getting all their weapons back. I think they're gonna paintbrush the Raiders. Chargers.
I like what I saw with the Raiders going into Seattle last week on the road. Looks like they got an offensive rhythm. Carr and Adams got that thing going again. I'm going to go with the Raiders over the Chargers. Let's see. Did Red pick somebody? He must be still deciding who he's picking. The VP said Raiders, not LA on this one. Chargers for the win. Raiders is for the Raiders. This could be a potential shootout. The Raiders. All right. On to the next game. Coach is on you. Colts versus Cowboys. Who you got?
I wish the coach could actually have some kind of guts and win this game, but it's going to be the Cowboys at home.
All right. And I'm going with the Cowboys as well. This is a no-brainer for me. As long as Matt Ryan is on the other side, give me the Cowboys. Who you got, Armani?
The Cowboys. Like I said, Matt Ryan on that other side. No, Cowboys.
All right, and just to let you all know, for the past two picks, Red has the Raiders, and he also has the Cowboys. On to the next game, it's on me. Dolphins versus 49ers, and I think the VP would like my choice on this one. I'm going with the home team, the San Francisco 49ers, who are physical, and they have the type of defense that makes young Tua very, very uncomfortable. When you look at the 49ers defense in the NFL, they mirror the uncomfortable defense that made it mirrors the defense that made Tua uncomfortable in college, the Georgia Bulldogs. Give me the 49ers. Who you got in mind?
Boy, Tua playing this, he doing his thing this year, ain't he? Tua doing his thing. I'm feeling it. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
Now you just lied to the public. You said you're going all home team.
But yeah, I lied. I lied.
All right, Coach, who you going with, man?
49ers. Jimmy G is on fire. And Tua due for a letdown. I'm going to go with the 49ers.
All right, and Red's going with the 49ers as well. On to the next game. It's the Chiefs versus the Bengals. Armani, just for your knowledge, that's the first place. AFC, Kansas City Chiefs, because somebody said that the Denver Broncos were going to take them down. But we won't call no names on the show today.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Shep Nate. They want you to pep it up, man. I knew Rev was going to take the Bengals because that's part of that Patrick Mahomes hate. It's all good. Are you on that same hate bus that Rev?
It's gonna be the Chiefs. I mean, the Bengals.
You just lied again because the Bengals are home.
I know. Oh yeah, I lied. It's all right.
It's okay.
The Chiefs, because the Chiefs just own one this year. Patrick Mahomes having their MVP season. Yeah, Chiefs just too good, too much for the Bengals.
Coach, Chiefs, Bengals.
I need your Chiefs to beat the Bengals, Rev. I need them to beat them really bad and demoralize them. Chiefs.
Not because the Steelers going to be in first place, just because.
Let me throw my challenge flag again. I got to get it out again. There you go. That hurt. That hurt right there.
You know I'm going with the Chiefs as well. Patrick Mahomes is just that dude. And I think he's going to have a play with an extra chip on his shoulder because the Bengals have beaten the Chiefs the last 2 times, and I think he's going to have something to say about that. All right, on to the next game. We already picked it. Everybody got the Steelers, inclusive of the Falcons fans. So that concludes our NFL picks for today. They will be posted on the site. Feel free to share your picks as well. All right. Let's get on with it as we get ready to put a bow on this show. And Rev reminds us that he's going with the Steelers, and I think all of us are going with the Steelers. Here we go. Oh, Jerome said Falcons for the win. You on that train by yourself, man. All right, who has the right to do what, when, where, and how? Coach, we're going to let Armani get a chance to get himself together on this You Have the Right, because it can go anywhere. Who has the right to do what, when, where, and why, Coach?
Hubert Davis with the North Carolina Tar Heels. You had the right to decide if you want to be a number 1 team in the country or just a plain old member of the ACC. You lost 3 straight, and I know you got a better team than you say. But hey, to have to show and prove, my young brother, this second year. You went to the finals last year. They'll forget about it and give you a bad look. So, Hubert Davis, you had the right to win some ball games.
Coach, what a different week made. Weren't you just getting people saying that because the Carolina Tar Heels lost 2 games, it wasn't the end of the world?
No, it's not the end of the world. But we on the edge. They on the edge.
All right, so them folk on those blogs have gotten your attention. Okay. Who has the right to do what, when, where, and how?
Well, I ain't had much to chip on this year. I got people saying the dynasty is over. Falcons ain't worth a doggone. Basketball, well, Sixers doing all right, but man, let's see. I really don't know. Temple, you got the right to beat VCU at 1 o'clock today. I'm cheering for Temple basketball. Let's go ahead and let's get this W. Let's see if we can go up in the ranks a little bit.
Temple basketball. Didn't know they were going to get a mention on the show today. You got some relatives on the show?
No, my uncle's Aaron McKee, the head coach.
Okay, that's why. Okay, there had to be some connection.
Yeah.
just don't remember Temple being a basketball powerhouse. But I got you. Okay, all right. Now that makes sense. That's why I had to ask the question, because I'm like, we talking Temple basketball now? Really? Okay. All right.
Change is coming.
Definitely makes sense. I got a shout out. All right. Georgia, you have the right to take care of business, set the tone to win this national championship, and show Armani that the dynasty is real in Athens.
I never said the dynasty wasn't real. I believe that the Georgia dynasty is real. I never said it wasn't. Unlike some of y'all, unlike some Bama fans, I actually like Kirby. I like Kirby. I like what he's doing in Georgia, but I don't think our dynasty is over neither. That's all I'm saying.
There can't be two dynasties going at the same time.
Okay, well, y'all is just getting y'all. You got to win two. You got to win two straight to get it to start that dynasty, and at least 7 in a 10-year span. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
We're knocking on the door with number 2 right now.
Hey, let's get it done then.
Let's get it done. All right, Maurice Flores said Georgia voters y'all have the right to show up and show out at the polls. Rev, come on down and put Herschel Walker out to pasture. My flight is on Monday, so that's my goal.
Herschel said he'd rather be a werewolf.
Yeah, I'm flying on Monday with my mom so we can vote. No doubt about it. Jimmy Gigolo, you have the right to continue to play on cloud 9, stay in character, take what the defense gives you. I like my Mahi Black. Shout out to the Prez. Thomas Hogan, we missed him today. Shout out to Prez. He's attending the Polecat Roller Derby in Gobblers-Fort, Arkansas.
Yeah, though.
Rev, you stole mine. We don't like Nikki.
Well, let's not. Well, hey, your coach learned a lot from Nikki, so let's not do that.
Coach Brown, you have the right to go coach wherever you want and to keep blessing the players and fans of any team.
That's right.
Good deal, gentlemen. Thank y'all so much for showing up on the show today, and thank you, Revenite Nation, for watching episode 259 of the Red and Red Sports Show. Thank y'all so much. The Red and Red Sports Show will be back at 11 o'clock. Same Facebook page and YouTube channel. Big ups to Red, who joined us today. Red, go ahead and make that money, bro. Take care. Time to bang bang and close this episode of the show. Good things to you. Mr. Thrower, definitely eyeing the VP's job with that gap.
Uh-oh.
All right, everybody. Have a great day. See you next week, episode 260 of the Red and Red Sports Show. See you next week. No doubt. We're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.